Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Rise and grind, wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind morning show.
Yep, welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, y'all. We do this every Monday through Friday. Whenever we start, whenever we end, but we with y'all all the way to the end. My name is MD, a.k.a. Miles Dixon, a.k.a. Chocolate Thunder 313 on my OnlyFans page.
For real.
When you get a chance, go to onlyfans.com/Chocolate Thunder 313.
Help us all.
What you help us all?
This is a professional setting. You just have to always bring in the Chocolate Thunder. He just can't leave the past in the past. But
it's not the past. It was just last week when I did my photo shoot. Listen, anyway, so
we can't stand them, but we gotta love them.
Shout out to my secret photographer.
I hope they had good lighting.
Huh?
I hope they had good lighting.
You don't need no good lighting with coconut oil and a nice and one light.
That's right. He don't give
a guest in today, and I'm acting up. I'm sorry. They didn't warn me we was having a guest today. I don't care.
He's always going to be himself.
Thank you. That's why I got pissed off when this woman, this broad. I could call her a broad now. Mm-hmm. She don't call me fake. I said fake.
No.
Fake? Me fake?
He's consistent. If it was a picture of consistency, it would be Miles with a picture next to it.
Thank you.
Because he is consistent.
As hell.
I have to give him that.
I told my daughter, Mama, you get that child support off of me, you're gonna be consistently getting what you've been getting.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
Nothing. My daughter said, Daddy, I need some shoes. I said, cool, let's go get some shoes. I said, whatever, don't you ask your mother for nothing. If you need anything, you call me.
Call your daddy.
Call your daddy. Don't call your grandma. Don't call your mama. You call your daddy. If you're gonna need from a man, you better get it from me. And
I'm gonna say that's what girls need. They need security, and boys too. But we need security from our fathers to let real men that are standing up to say, if you need something, call me. Because that's why people go out in the world and do all these other things with other people, because they don't have nobody to count on. So if you have a child and you're a father or a mother, be a parent to them, so they don't have to go and look for stuff from other people, and especially a daddy. Daddies are important.
Very true, and so. I'm glad you said real fathers, but you know what? This is a real fun fact, but it's not really funny or fun. Mm-hmm. That 40% of married couples that's married had children had together, 40% of them, they were not the father.
Wow.
And those were the ones that was tested.
Wow. That's why
That's
they say
crazy.
mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Mm-hmm.
My daughter came out looking a little Mexican. Right?
Most black kids do.
Right. No, I'm talking about for real. Like a little Mexican. I looked, I said, that's not my baby.
Yeah, because you
And
like,
then I
I'm
was like-
chocolate thunder.
She was like, I said, and she dark. So I was like,
Kids
I'm not.
take back.
But she had, my baby looked exactly how I look, except for lighter when I was a baby. I had a side-by-side picture. Had hair full of head. I mean, head full of hair. A hair full of head. That sounds like a new pornographic movie. Anyway, so I took a picture and they said, was she darker? Look behind the ears and, the back of the knee. Man, I went 2 days went past. I was like, this ain't my damn baby. And I said, I'm not about to sign this birth certificate. I'm not.
Even though she looked just like you.
She didn't. At the time, she did not. I got a picture. When you see, you be like, oh, yeah. But I went to go get the DNA test. We had to wait 3 weeks or so to get a DNA test because it was backed up. Shout out to DNA test on Grand River.
And I would have been like, when this is your baby, I'm slapping the mess out of you and you owe me your push present.
Women, so she showed up with her wife, right?
She showed up with her what?
Her wife. So when she showed up, my best friend at the time was Melissa like, Ma, that lady is gramming the shit out you. I said, I guess so. Whole baby just came out her wife. Anyway, so when it happened, and they called me, me and Melissa was together at the bar. We was at Lucky's. And she texted me a picture of the baby before she even got the phone call. That baby looked exactly like me. And I just looked, Melissa like, Miles, that's your baby. I was like, yep. And then maybe 5 minutes later, the DNA place called and said, Miles Dixon? I said, yeah. You are the father. It shows that you are 99.9%. Okay, that's why guests aren't supposed to talk. Guests aren't supposed to talk till we give them permission. Yeah.
That is why she is a phenomenal, very strong woman.
Who is she?
And she is Mrs. She is Tamika Davis. Yeah. Phenomenal woman. Yes, she is.
Hey, Tamika. Hey, Miss.
You know, a woman is like, so like, she got locks. Okay, that's all I got to say. Because when you have locks, you be on a whole nother level of self-awareness. Because I wanted some locks so bad, but I'm chicken. But I'm chicken. So how you doing, girlfriend?
I'm good. How you doing this
morning? Good. It is so good to have you here this morning.
It is so wonderful to be here. Thank you.
And you're looking all lovely and stuff. She got her money in her hair and stuff. So you don't think I know.
Yeah, there you go.
I got that money. Yeah, there you go. So what's up, girlfriend? What you been up to?
Lots and lots.
Why don't you tell us?
That looks great, Shanny. I'm sorry.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Davis?
Well, yes, I normally go by Diamond D in my little media world.
Okay.
When I'm not teaching anthropology over at Wayne County Community College.
Oh, you teach anthropology?
I do.
She's an educated sister.
I used to teach anthropography too.
She said anthropology. Shut up.
Oh,
and for people who don't know what right. And for people who don't know what anthropology is, could you tell us what that is, please?
Yes, it is the scientific study of humanity.
Okay.
A wide variety of ways in which we as humans express ourselves.
So, question, because I have a big debate about this. Which culture you find more about exactly how they are when they're dealing with Caucasians, Arabics, and blacks?
What was the question again?
Right.
You said what culture?
So which one do you find is more difficult on how they operate?
More difficult?
Yes. No, you don't want to say? Okay. She like the people that employ me.
Going to work.
People employ me.
I like going to work.
Right. That's she said.
She's very intelligent, so we know what that means.
Yes. And we are
saltine.
Right. Crackers. Go ahead.
I just like crackers.
I find that every culture
That's bullshit.
has their unique nuances.
We asked her a question. Let her answer.
Ways in which they operate. Many times we might not understand because we don't understand what is important to each individual culture. So we have to reserve judgment.
Well, I don't.
I know that was a really great answer.
That was a very political answer.
No, it is because when it comes to cultures, you can't. It's like every culture has a hero and every culture has an asshole, and then there's the people in between. So you just have to judge people really not by their culture, but on a case by case basis as individuals.
Well, that sounds cute if you're in the 8th grade, but I'm gonna tell you like this: the truth of the matter is, white people are the first niggas. Okay, let's put it out there. White folks is the first niggas. Blacks is the second niggas, and Chaldeans is the worst niggas.
And nigga means
nigga means ignorant. So the truth, I really find it difficult when I seen an old video. I mean, probably one of the old first videos ever made, like in the 1800s. I mean, early 1900s. He like, let me not do the country voice. He said, I never understood how white folks consider to be smart when they have us pick the cotton, right? Sell it to Jews. They make the clothes and sell it back to white folks. He said, I never understood that whole theory.
The crazy part about history is that they never created anything. The only thing they really have done throughout history, which I have read in books and seen and has been proven over and over, is every time somebody invents something, they find a way to get paid off of it without paying the person who invented it. And it's like that's where patents came from.
But that's where jobs come from. Because I mean, when you think about the average person, me and my friends get into all the time because I've been an entrepreneur, I never had a job. And so I used to say, man, if you're only getting like $18 an hour, but you say you got to actually inspect 50,000 pieces, they sell those pieces for $15. So you're inspecting something $15 times 50,000, right? Just do that number. Just do that math. Then you do it 5 times a week,
and you only getting $18 an hour.
40 hours. So all I said, I said, bro, that don't even make sense to me.
Scratch the surface.
And then he was like, no, you just saying that. I said, bro, I'm just being honest with you.
Okay, so you are at WC3 teaching anthropology. So with that being said, you're the study of humanity?
Humanity,
with that being said, humanity, could you break down what humanity is to you?
Sure. We as human beings, we tend to create culture based on meeting our needs. And our basic needs being, feeling safe, being able to have nutrition, family, reproducing, and having our bodies, being present in our bodies, right, and stimulation. So we create culture around all these different things, and through all these different things we express ourselves. So let's say birthdays, right? We create a whole culture around honoring the day that we come into the world, right? And different cultures will do different things to honor the birthdays, right? We have a super sad song that we sing every year. It's a super sad, generally as culture, but as a subculture, African Americans, we tend to jizz it up some.
Happy
right.
birthday
We tend to
to you. Oh. Hey.
So we get live with it, right? And we create a different expression within the culture. Right?
I like that.
Why y'all talking like that?
That's the way she talks. Really? Always has.
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
I think he liked the way she talked. That's why he's saying something.
Shut your ass up.
Honey, if you could have saw what I saw, that little side eye, I was like, okay, Miles, keep your ass in your head. But
First
back
of all,
to what I was saying.
Married woman.
Huh?
This is a married woman.
To who?
Oh.
He said that. Girl,
Dang, I clocked that T. How we doing?
He real slick with it, y'all. Real slick.
That was cool.
He almost acting like Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Under the pale moonlight.
Right. Okay. So, like, do you have when you were teaching your classes? Do you have like a lot of diversity in your class? Are the people really embracing humanity and like taking it to another level of in-depthness as far as that goes?
So it depends. So if I'm teaching in the city, sometimes I'm at the Northwest Campus or downtown at the district. There will be African American and a lot of Arab and Muslim students in those classes. But I also teach downriver in Taylor. There's lots of
Caucasian?
Yes, and
you don't like that word,
and
Latinos,
and there are also Muslim students down there. There are also African American students down there. So it's
a plethora of
quite
cultures.
a mix there. And then sometimes I'm in Canton. In Canton, like there's Indian and African.
Girl, so you are the world. She is the teacher.
So there's lots and lots of other diverse cultures to be able to teach to. And so I'm really excited about being able to be in front of those different cultures, to talk to all the students and really have us understand that we each as a person, we each have an individual culture. You have your own private culture, the things that you do just with yourself, you know, whether it's me and my crystals and candles and incense, or whether it's something you do with your pet. You know, you have your own individual culture, and then your house has your culture. And then the community that you live in has its own culture.
So there's levels to that.
It is. And it's wonderful to get the kids to understand all these different aspects working together so that anthropology doesn't appear to be a thing that is in a book on a shelf somewhere.
So basically, you're just teaching people how to connect with themselves, connect with each other, and connect with the world, and teaching them that it all starts with you.
Yes.
Being human within,
yes.
Embracing your humanity,
yes,
embracing your knowing, and being respectful of others' humanity and knowing as well.
Girl, that's like the first day of my classes. That's what I ask the students about their humanity. What does humanity mean to you? What is your favorite aspect of your own personal humanity? Yes, we talk about that stuff, girl. Yes, that's where we start. That's where we start. But they do have I do have documentaries and opportunities for them to look at other cultures as well and explore what is outside of themselves. And they have an opportunity to actually create their own culture in my classroom. So we have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
I'm really excited about that because that is a very interesting thing and is very powerful that you get to tap into the minds of these young people and open them up to understanding what the world is and not to view things from a one-sided perspective.
Yes.
Because they are also learning to embrace and get new ideology on different cultures because of their classmates.
That's right. That's
so
right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you believe blacks and whites have culture?
Yes.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how would
It's different.
How would you identify black culture or African American?
So there are different aspects. So I can say like African American women go to college to actually get an education and to better themselves and bring that information back to the community, right? And that has always been our purpose of going to college. All cultures have not traditionally sent daughters to college for an education.
I know what you're about to say.
Than to get a husband, a good husband. And where else to shop for a good husband other than a university?
I don't know. So what I would say is the reason I say I don't believe blacks in America and whites in America have culture. I believe we color based more so than culturally based.
We do have culture. We do have culture. And then you as an individual, you can choose to be as ignorant as you want and be completely devoid of spirit and not cultivate your own culture.
That's deep.
Okay.
That you don't want to cultivate your own culture. I heard Raven Simone, she says she doesn't identify as being an African American because she's an American. They give us the title African American, but yet we are born here. We have been here forever. So why are we African American and not just American? And why is it necessary for society to continuously keep the separation instead of us all letting us all be human?
They gave us that title to patronize us, really.
You ain't patronizing.
Before we were Negroes. Yeah.
No, before that we was Afro.
Color.
No, before that was Afro-American.
Yeah.
Before we were already here.
I mean, but you got to prove that.
I can prove it because where's the damn Nina, the Penta, the and all those boats? The boats don't exist because they didn't exist.
I mean, that's neither here nor there in the sense that you still can't prove it because we wasn't here in 1400s. And that's the only thing this is why the Indians won against Custer. The Indians said the white man looked no further than their nose. So if they don't see you, they don't believe it's there. That's how they was up under the hill when they went down the hill and they surrounded them. So what I learned intellectually, I have learned that when you speak of culture, there have been many anthropologists, many ministers, many what's the people who dig underground? Archaeologists who stated that even though there's pyramids here, there's no the pyramids is not older than the ones that's in the continent of Akibalan, right? So when you look at that, you got to say to yourself, I call it jail culture, right? Jail culture, jail history culture. They would place everything in America to try to fight their battles and win in court, right? And they lose every time. And they lose because you have no proof, right? So when you don't have no proof, it's hard to stand on that shit, right?
Right.
So we could say, yeah, black people was here before, but where's the proof?
Well, throughout history also with the continents and different things, they did say in history that there was a passage where people could actually walk across before the plains separated. Because if you look at the map, you can tell the way that it's broken apart. That at one point in time, it was all one big piece.
But you're talking about 600 again. We're talking about 600,000 years ago.
So they say.
So
we weren't here, so we won't know when it broke apart.
Well, we could tell the one thing they could tell is by the edges and the distortion,
the incrustations.
Yeah, the distortions that's in the crevice of the oceans.
Do you know there are pyramids in the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Yes.
And do you know that there are places that you just freaking can't go?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how will we ever really get everything full circle because they keep us limited in what they choose to expose to us? But
we
that's
keep
why
ourselves limited.
That's why they wanted to get rid of TikTok, because they started telling everything. They don't want to tell us nothing, and they started opening up the world and telling us about Antarctica and how, like in Michigan now, they're finding pyramids underwater. And it's been a lot of different places around the world where they flood things to hide things.
But we don't want to search neither.
Well,
they're in books. Books.
Read.
Books.
Read.
Again,
Books.
I agree, but that's my point. We don't go look for enough.
Books.
I do.
See what?
No, I'm just saying. I know. I'm sorry.
But the whole
we
thing,
are the world.
We are slow when it comes to that type of stuff because we don't care. We just care about money in most cases.
It's a distraction. We've been distracted to not care and not learn about the lizard people or the broken incrustation.
Oh, I know the lizard people. They right there on Telegraph. Hey,
my God.
Let's go to the topic of the day.
Okay, well, the topic of the day is... Tell us, Shannon.
I'm not going where I'm not invited.
I'm not going where I'm not invited. Okay, before we delve into this topic, we're just going to say... What are you
doing, Miss Davis?
What? He paying real close attention to Miss Davis, I tell you.
I wasn't paying attention to Miss Davis. You ain't see what Miss Davis was doing.
I did. I saw it at the corner of my eye, but I wasn't paying that much attention, but you were. But back to what I was saying. The topic of the day is I'm not going where I'm not invited. Okay, We're going to break down what is an invitation. An invitation is when somebody gives you a piece of paper, or an email, or something about an event that's happening. So when an event happens, the proper way to invite somebody to an event is the name of the event, the date of the event, the time of the event, and of course the location of the event. So you need all of these things together to create a proper invitation. So when you are inviting someone somewhere, you will have all 4 of those key elements on an invitation, be it via email, be it via text, or be it via however, snail mail.
Piece of paper.
Yeah. So with that being said, we live in a society now where people will just pop up and say, oh, you can come here, you can come there, or what have you. But you saying it is totally different than me being formally invited. So
you believe you need to be formally invited to things in order to go?
Yeah.
No. When I look at
it depends on the event, but yeah.
When I look at this, I remember what Minister Farrakhan said. We should not be invited and welcome is the same thing to me. When you're not, Minister Farrakhan said years ago.
Hold on, before you say that, what is the difference between being invited and welcomed?
Because there's no difference. It's just no difference.
But if you are invited somewhere, you have all the information.
So hear me out. When you have a business and your doors is open, you are welcoming people in. Mm-hmm. You don't need no invite per se. So, but if the doors are open, like back in the day, hell, the doors would say no niggers allowed. That's not welcoming, and it's damn sure not an invite. They're relatively the same. However, they say, well, the niggas got to go to the back, right? Mm-hmm. So you have a nigger entrance, but you're still not welcome.
Right.
You're tolerated.
You tolerated for from
a specific.
Yeah, but people who I'm not going. First of all, I'm not going nowhere. Nobody gonna tell me what's going on. Period. You feel me? Mm-hmm. If nobody tell me what Shannon tell, if you ain't letting me know what the hell I'm doing, I ain't going nowhere.
And also, but that's what I'm saying. If somebody has to let you know, and they have to let you know what's going on. They have to let you know that where things are. They have to let you know. It's a plethora of things that you have to let people know to let them know that they're welcome.
Well, Mama Shu is one of those people in my life. She say, Miles, anything with my name on it, you're welcome. You are invited.
Nice.
And so that's a blessing. But when people sometimes want to get a formal important to feel important, a formal invite to feel important. And a lot of times if people say this is for my family and friends, mm-hmm. and your ass ain't show up because I ain't call you, you just feel like I get a lot of times, well, you ain't call me and invite me yourself, so I'm not coming. If you don't get your punk ass down here at 8 o'clock,
Yeah, but I'm quite sure if in that instance, though, they know where it is. But if you don't know where something is, you can't go somewhere where you don't know where it is.
Nowadays, everybody know what it should be.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Shanny will find out with any event going on there. Trust me. Listen, I will find out. Listen, if Cam having a party, right? Somebody said, hey, you mind you going to Cam party? I'm like, shit, where is it? I don't know. I would go on Facebook.
And find it.
Say, oh, okay, Ford Auditorium.
Okay, but what if you go on Facebook and it's not there?
It's there.
But it's not. Everything is not always there.
I'll call Nicole. People give excuses, man. Let me tell you something. I'm 53 years old. I lived through 52 summers in Detroit, Michigan.
52.
People
I think it's a little bit more. But
shut the hell up. No, I'm 53. I'm 53 years old. People give excuses all the time. I can't live by an excuse. Mm-hmm. Like
an excuse ain't nothing but a lie told for the truth and called a reason.
You thought you ate anyway.
I did.
So no, but seriously,
it's just like when you watch a vampire movie. The vampires can't come in unless they're invited in. You have to tell them can I come in? And they'll say, can I come in? And they're like, what you asking me for? Because they need to be invited in. Right. So if you are inviting somebody, now it's a difference when you're at the door and you're asking to come in. But if I want you to be somewhere and I invite you, I'm going to give you all the details. If I don't give you all the details, I don't want you there.
That's not true. sometimes people understand like this, and I'm just gonna say from my perspective.
Your perspective.
I know people who know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be at the top of their list when they thought of a particular thing, and so, but somebody like, damn it, okay, Shandy, come. Hey, did you ask Miles? Did you tell Miles? They might ask her, Shandy, did you tell Miles? Right. And she be like, I mentioned it, yeah.
Right.
But do he know where it's at?
Right.
And it'd be a different story. Some people, a lot of times, like I don't got time to keep thinking about people. I don't. I'd be like, I put on Facebook, look, I'm here. You know what I mean? That's it. Because I don't got time. If it's
Facebook, I generally think that's kind of open, right?
Open
yeah, I mean, if you put it on Facebook, that's public.
I mean, everything is public now. Majority of the cases, when people talk about, I'm having a private event and not show up, they be like, okay, let them in. You know what I mean? I be like, I hate invites. When you invited me something, I think you set me up.
I like invites.
I mean,
people
like invites. That means you've been
selected.
Specific.
Exactly.
Yeah, that means I would like your energy in the space.
In my presence, right?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good if you're in the 8th grade. But I would tell you like this. When it comes down to people with energy space, that's cool. But it only take one bad apple to ruin all that shit.
That's why you didn't get an invitation.
No, right?
That's why the invite.
That's why it's specific.
Right.
No, when I'm in, first of all, if I'm in a room, the truth is there, and that's what people don't. That's why people in this industry that's why they don't invite me. Because when I step in the room, people know whoever he with.
The atmosphere is going to shift.
The atmosphere shift because I'm going to tell the truth. All that
and that might be something that you don't want nobody to know, but you going to tell.
I'm going to tell it because I'm not an ass kisser.
That part.
So all that old, my Minister Farrakhan said, I don't scratch it when I don't itch. I don't dance when I hear music. I'm the exact same way. People like, man, that was funny, wasn't it? No. No, not at all.
So what do you feel about if I'm going to ask this to our guests? How do you feel like? What is a invitation to you that you would accept as far as somebody inviting you somewhere? What do you think that would be the key components for you to show up if you were invited that you would need? If you were invited, it's hot as heck.
Yeah, I just need date time, place, and purpose. Date time, place, purpose.
And what?
Purpose. Date time, place, and purpose.
And what?
Purpose.
There you go. I keep trying. I tell people purpose is the most important thing for me. Mm-hmm. So, question. So, what invite you would not accept?
Certain booty calls.
That ain't what I said.
Or sometimes.
Yeah, get your composure back. Be Demir. Come on now.
Demir. Sometimes I have been invited out by colleagues to have lunch or things of that sort, and it is to fish for information or spy. It isn't necessarily to genuinely have a conversation with me.
Gotcha. I love those type of invites because they ask me looking fickle when I leave. They be saying,
right.
I mean,
you ain't got nothing out of me, but the meal was great. Thank you.
And I actually ordered Gentleman's Jack on that day.
Right, I got a cocktail and everything.
They're paying for it.
Right, it's awesome.
So the reason why I asked you, because by you being an anthropologist, I know that a lot of anthropologists will go out with everybody to see their behavioral patterns. And then to analyze situations. That's what made me ask you that.
Oh, now culturally, I go to a lot of, culturally I.
So who had the best weddings? Nigerians, Indians, black folks?
Nigerians. Hands down. Half of my family is Nigerians, and it's nothing like that. It's something about that shoulder action, and it's just a joyous occasion. And when you go to a Nigerian wedding, everybody that is there is happy. Mm-hmm. Everybody that is there was invited. It's an event. It is a celebration of love. There's no bull crap at Nigerian weddings. They are all there on one accord, and I think if it was an issue, they would beat your ass and drag you out. They don't play that when they because it's all about family, and they really love each other. Now, I'm going to say sometimes, though, when people, and especially in our culture, have weddings, just regular black weddings, people be losing their mind. It's so many damn bridezillas. I've heard so many stories about people falling out with people about weddings, about the bridal showers, about all kinds of stuff, because people just they get married and they think they are the most important thing on earth, and they lose their mind.
Somebody just says to me, like,
but
what kind
an
of
African wedding is about family. It is really about family. And I haven't been to a Nigerian wedding, but I have been one.
We have one. I'm gonna tell you,
Sierra Leone, and you're right. In Africa, it is nothing like an African wedding, boy.
And they start throwing that money because
the procession when it first start, when they live, and the dresses, the outfits. Come on now, the color, beauty.
I don't see why I'm putting up with this shit. Right?
It is beautiful.
Oh, I'm just keep going.
Oh,
y'all keep doing your show.
You don't know what to do when he see a woman start getting a little bounce to her. He start thinking about his OnlyFans page. Just keep your hands on the table, Miles.
I
be thinking about my OnlyFans page. Like, they need to subscribe. It's only $15.99 a month. Anyway, so I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all.
But African weddings are beautiful, and I love weddings. I think weddings are a beautiful thing.
I used to call them funerals.
Why?
Like,
will you ever get married, Mom?
More than likely, yes.
Really? Yeah. He gonna wait till he get old and decrepit so somebody can take care of his ass. He gonna be one of the men that want a what do you call it? A hospice wife. Baby, hand me the remote.
The remote.
Cut my toenail.
Oh Lord.
I'm straight on that. I can still bend my knees. I can still bite my own toenails. Leave me alone.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting.
I'm just saying, let you know, I'm not that. I walk slow because I got gout some days. But I was
actually flexible. Like joking. But,
but
if you need to explain yourself, go right ahead.
What you saying?
Give up that dark liquor.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, but
I like picklebacks too much.
I love the fact I was doing some reading on some of the information that you sent me, and I was really struck with the Her project that you have going on. With the women that you're holding on Saturdays.
Thank you so much, yes.
Just women healing and getting in touch with themselves, and just, can we talk a little bit about that?
I would love to talk about that. So the Her series, it's in Heal, Elevate, and Reactivate Your Inner Child. It is a 6-week series that's taking place downtown Detroit at Thrive Detroit at 1842 Michigan Avenue. And it is a safe space for women to come, and we are having these wonderful conversations. We're going through self-love, self-care, self-acceptance, forgiveness, activation, and elevation. Those are things.
And it says women only. So not if you identify, if you were born a woman. And it's not to be discriminative, but it is to be uplifting women, because it's for women, by women, with women. And we need for the women to be in a safe place where they can feel free to speak their truths amongst their peers.
So you mean to tell me
this particular group is cisgendered, but I've been approached to have another group for women that is more open.
What is a cisgender?
Cisgender is you are born a woman.
Okay. That's what I.
So this is open for if they're a man and they identify with a woman too.
No, this like I said, this is if you're born a woman.
But question is, how would you know the difference, especially now?
Oh, she would know.
Well, usually, if the space is offered for transitional women to be in the space, I'm sure they would prefer to be in that space versus being in a space with cisgender women, as there are different issues.
Well, you're the anthropologist. I'm just going to take your word for it.
Yeah, because women have different issues than trans women. So I think
trans women aren't talking about menopause. That won't be a conversation.
They had conversations about menopause.
No, they can't, because they can never experience it. Sorry.
I get that. Trust me. But that was a whole. What's that? What's Mr. Fruit Loop name?
What the heck is a Fruit Loop?
The light skinned guy who got the curly hair was talking to Candace Owens.
I don't know, but whatever. We talking about what's going on in Detroit, and this event is for women only.
No, but I was just saying, like, that's my whole thing. Like, do you know how to identify a man that's
like? Can I just look many times? So. But it depends on the clothing that you wear. There's some very clear ways that you can tell. So women have an ilium, men and women have an ilium. However, on top of your ilium, the top of your hip bone, women have a little curve on the top of ours, which creates the curves for our hips. Men do not, in their bones, in their skeleton, they don't have that particular.
What is it called?
Ilium.
Yes, it's
an ilium.
Yes,
ilium.
It's the little lip on it.
I like the little lips that be on it.
Okay.
Right. No, I understand.
And so their body structures are different. They're different things that you can look at. But if you know to look at certain things, and there are things that you can look at, the hands.
But the group is for women only, and it is a healing space for women. And I think that it is so powerful that you are having this, because there's many women that need to deal with their childhood trauma, different things that we have gone through, and we need safe spaces, because unfortunately in life we have been exposed to a lot of places that weren't so safe, that have caused us drama, trauma, and different things. So I think it's wonderful that the women can get together and talk about their issues and things that are going on, and connect with other women to incite healing.
Yes. So we're having really candid conversations. If you'd like to get more information, please email info@House of Cadence. House of Cadence is HOUSEOFKADENCE.com. House of Cadence. info@houseofcadence.com, so you can register if you'd like to get more information about attending that. And the House of Cadence is one of my community partners in this work. They deal with domestic violence, women who are transitioning out of a situation and looking to get themselves settled into a new situation with resources and support.
I think that's wonderful.
And you also got an event coming up.
I do have an event coming up. Thank you so much for asking.
And it's one of my favorite monologues.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. Let me see. Can I see?
Yeah.
Do it like that.
That is actually where I met Miss Tamika. We were doing the vagina monologues for Sean P.
Yes.
6 years ago.
Yes, it has been a minute. So the vagina monologues, I'm a divorcee, so the vagina monologues work to be a wonderful healing tool for me.
She's like, the hell with him.
Power to the P.
I'm going to let my vagina talk.
Come on now.
Power to the P.
Come on now.
Or the B.
And so I decided to do it myself 1 year. The ladies that were involved, they really wanted to keep it going. And so we did. So I created a nonprofit, Project WOW, which is now doing a lot of different things with ladies. And one of the things that Project WOW is doing is putting on a play, Vagina Monologuing. It's just not the monologue. So back in the 80s, Eve Ensler, a psychologist, interviewed a lot of women and get this information about the stories around vaginas, the different things that women experience, good experiences, bad experiences, vaginas in war, vaginas who like other vaginas, vaginas that don't like themselves, women who can't, aren't attached to their vaginas intimately, lots and lots of different stories, right? Molestation, lots of different stories. So I thought that this was a brilliant experience to have, and I have invited women to come into the space and write stories that they would like to release about their own vaginas. And so this
I'm tired of vagina. I'm right here. Go ahead.
So this particular production is going to be unique because it will mix some of the original monologues with some new original material from folks experience.
I think that's wonderful because, again, you are allowing people to be creative. I can just see how her healing group could really benefit from this if they wanted to branch out and just express themselves and share some of their stories on a bigger platform, because a lot of times people are creative and they don't know how they're going to express themselves, but creativity and healing go hand in hand. So when you can express yourself and write a monologue and speak your, something that happened to you, speak your truth, that is healing within itself. So I think it's awesome how you are allowing this space to be utilized with these women.
Thank you.
So that they can express themselves.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then a week later, right after you have the vagina monologuing,
I'm in a band.
An event, yes.
Yes.
You have a viewing party.
Yes. So I'm in a band called Erogenous.
Okay, what's that about?
Erogenous. Okay. All right.
Damn, okay. Yeah.
So Erogenous is a band, me and my partner, Tim Ellerby, DJ Show. We have a group. We putting on our third album. We're working on our third album. Our first album, I'd like to call it an erotic audio experience. And then now we're into house music.
Okay.
And so what we're going to be doing is having a viewing party at the Matrix Theater on May 31st at 4 p.m. He's documenting the journey.
Okay, gotcha.
That we are on. Yeah.
So the movie is more like a documentary.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then we're going to break out some music and have some house music going on.
To let people experience the project and the things that you're working on.
Absolutely. We may even play something from the first album, the Encounters project.
So is this for grown folks?
Yeah, the Encounters project is available on all, streaming platforms, but it is for the grown and sexy. It is meant to put you in the bed and not to sleep.
Okay.
Okay, then.
She said it like it too.
Ow. She said in the bed, but not to sleep. Playtime.
Yeah.
Time to get the plastic under. Anyway, so listen, y'all. Yeah, shit. That's how you test it. We're about to go. Listen, we're about to go to the video right quick. Y'all watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show right here on podcast. Don't forget to go to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
For some reason, I couldn't get that shit out. Subscribe button.
Yeah, you rarely get tongue tied, but it seems you're doing that a lot today.
My tongue don't get tied. Maybe my wrist, but never my tongue. Thank you. I know.
If I'm not invited, I won't go. If I'm not told, I won't ask. And if I'm invited late, I'm going to decline. Because if I'm not a part of the plan, I won't settle for being a convenience.
To snap to that, because what he said was very powerful. He said, if I'm not invited, I'm not going to go. If I'm not asked,
if I'm invited late, I'm going to decline.
I'm going to decline. And if you're invited somewhere and you didn't get all the information, then you have to decline.
Well, here this is what I'm going to call bullshit.
Call bullshit.
We jump up and go to the strangest of places at the damnedest of times. If someone is doing something, they call you like, you know what, and they honest with you. Miles, you know what, I completely forgot you was into what we doing, bro. Why don't you come on down?
But they're reaching out to you. Yeah, I would accept that.
That's what that was about. Somebody reaching. That's what the whole video was about.
But sometimes when I think the way we wouldn't know exactly what he's saying because we can't talk to him personally. But sometimes when people wait to
we're not gonna go there, Cam. No, that's some answers bullshit.
Like I said,
I'm talking about, let's go from the perspective of what you said and what he said. That's what I was going off of.
Okay, I'm being quiet. Go ahead.
No, you have to be quiet. You're a light skinned one, so you could talk. You have more freedom than me.
I'll show you my black ass. Keep on.
So no, seriously. So no,
That's probably what he wants. Though,
I have a buddy named Dice Clark.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted for his birthday. I think it was April 13th. He didn't text me till 9:00 that night. Right? He said, "Miles, I'm not gonna lie, you be so busy, bro. I didn't even want to send it to you." And when I woke up, I'm like, "I'ma go." 8:30 came and went. I'm like, I'm not going. 9:15, God said go. I went, and
because God said,
and they gave me a message. The message of my birthday.
It might.
So the way you frowning, the way you passing gum, like here passes to him.
I was being considerate because I was about to chew some gum, so I was giving everybody else gum. It's called manners.
Okay, I didn't think you had none. So however, when I went that Sunday, I learned something that was related and coagulated with my mentor. Mm-hmm. We are winning with less, and when you have the ability to win with less, you're a different individual.
Explain, please.
Most people have everything. They walk in, they got glass doors, tables, all this new shit, $20,000, $30,000 worth of equipment, and then this equipment costs $5,000, and we winning. They struggling to get people to listen to them. And we definitely have people listen to us. Matter of fact, we got people listening to us now. So hey, give us a call 810-560-0658. Don't forget,
I
call
think also people put so much value on value that they don't put value in quality or quantity. And when I say that, I spent $50,000 on da-da-da-da-da. You may have spent $50,000 on it, but that don't mean you know how to use the equipment. And that don't mean like you can make stuff sound like something just because the equipment costs a lot of money. You need gifts and you need to know how to work it.
Or that you're going to have content worthy of anybody's goddamn time.
Say that one more time.
My bad. That was an inner thought that just popped out. Intrusive inner thought.
We like it.
See, I like to. That's the type of shit I like to say it again.
Or that you have content worth anybody's goddamn time.
That's true. I'm with that. A lot of times, people be wanting to get on the news and all that, right? First, you got to be newsworthy. Because if you're not, you wasting the news people's time.
Because people, we live in a society now where people are truly lovers of themselves and they think more highly of themselves than they really are. You get on the news.
Oh, that's the damn truth. Respectfully.
And you're saying this, that, and the third, and nobody even know. You don't even have 5 friends who know who you are, but yet and still you expect the whole world to want to hear about you and know about you when you do nothing in your life, nothing in your community. Everything that you've done is in your head and you really haven't done anything. But you want to be recognized. You want to be seen. It's amazing to me how people, I remember years ago, it's a term called fame and fortune. I'd rather have a fortune than fame. I don't have to ever be seen, but let me operate in my gift and leave this world empty and not full because I have put all my stuff on the table and I have affected lives and not just I create something and think that I remember when I was taking a writing class, they said, when you write something, I was taking it with Melissa, actually.
That chewing, though, Cam, that chewing.
I'm trying to chew with these braces, and it's hard. I'm trying to maneuver it so I don't get stuck. I probably need to take it out, that's why. But, hold on. I can't chew the gum. I tried. But, and she used to say, when you do a project, don't get married to it. Write it, let it out, and then when you are shopping or somebody will pick up your project, they might change some things. They might say, oh, we're going to tweak it or whatever. Say, for instance, it gets picked up by Netflix or a major network. You have other writers that are going to come in and they might take over your work and they might write it, rewrite your stuff. But so many people have this idea in their mind that they are such great writers that they don't want to go through that process.
Right.
And they're like, well, I wrote it and ain't nobody going to change my stuff because what I wrote is this. You have to be open-minded. You can write a beautiful masterpiece and nobody ever hear it. Right. But you can write a beautiful masterpiece and somebody else come along and enhance your masterpiece because now they know how to market your masterpiece. Right. They know how to make it better. We have to get out of the mindset that we have it all together, that we have it all figured out, and I can do this all on my own. You need other people. You need a network. You need to be open. You need to be able to release your work. Like you look at Issa Rae and all the great writers that have their work out there now. I'm quite sure that they had to get some rewrites, or people had to come in and say, hold on, this is a little, you might need to want to rework this. Their name is still on the work, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes to make it get to the level of where it needed to be to be brought to us. So you don't know those parts. So we need to stop being so close-minded, be more open-minded, and accept help. Because that may be the reason for somebody out there that's listening that you haven't gone to the next level, because you won't release things. You won't let things go, and you won't let people help you because you're prideful. And I'm gonna take a sip out of my Stanley cup because my throat is screeching. Okay.
All right. Well, that was a good word from our one and only Cam.
You got to ask for help. That's why I went to see Centers. The credits was 5 million pages long. It was 5 million pages long. And I say that to say you need all these people, all these perspectives to make things work. You need a team. And God forbid your team cannot consist of 5 people who wrote the movie, saw the movie, screened the movie, and then when you put the movie out, you got all these when people put out movies in Hollywood and stuff, they have a thing called viewing parties. Mm-hmm. And what a viewing party is they look at it, you have what do you call it? Groups. What do you call it?
Focus groups.
Focus groups. And this group looks at it, and they're this culture, and then you have this other focus group that's this culture. Then you have different people from different walks of life, like she's doing in her with her job, anthropology, where you are getting all these different perspectives. Right. So when you get different perspectives from all these different people, then they come together, they fill out a survey, you talk to them, and then you find out what they liked, what they didn't like, how you can improve upon it, blah, blah, blah. And then you might have to reshoot it. A lot of times when you're watching these movies on Netflix and these major networks, they have been reshot maybe once or twice until it got to the quality of work that it needed to be in order for it to be on that platform. Right. So we have to get our own focus groups moving forward, and not your friends that wrote the movie, your cousins. Because you go to these premieres that everybody want to watch. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, Pookie, he may have done a great job in your eyes, but, you got to get a new set of eyes to see what's going on so that you can make sure that your work is the beautiful piece of work that you want it to be. You got to let work evolve sometimes.
Yes.
I totally agree.
There's a saying that if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far,
go as a group.
There you go.
Hey, y'all already know what time it is. We're going to the 10:30 hour. It's time to go to commercial break. We'll be right back, y'all, watching the Rise of Ground Morning Show right here on 5 on podcasting. That was, I don't know, she had Tourette's.
Go to YouTube, subscribe.
Yeah, and it's Rise and Grind Morning Show. All one word, all lowercase. Subscribe, hit that button. We'll be right back.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair.
Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcasting, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcasting, we believe in the power of unique voices. and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
Hey, real quick, I know you guys are enjoying the show. Yes, we are always having a good time on the Rising Ground Show. But please, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, type in Rise and Grind Morning Show. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Therefore, you can always be in tune with our live content and interact with us, be in the comments, and we can keep bringing dope, hot content to you. Now, we're going right back to the show.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm really excited about this Erroneous, the movie, the viewing party. So are you singing now? I mean, she in a group. She got the dreads going on. She got the whole vibe going on. I'm like, okay, girl, you're doing a daggone thing. So what's up with that?
All right. So Erogenous is our band. Me and my bandmate, I met him doing my podcast that I used to do on blank.
You say it.
Oh, okay.
There's no hating over here.
Oh, okay. On WJZZ. I used to have a podcast over there.
Oh, with Juan Johnson and them?
With Roger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he came on to the show because he was writing a book, and I read something from the book and was like, you should put this on audio and do something with this. You should give it some motion. And he was like, yeah, we'll do it. And then the motherfucker never called. And then I was like, hey, I called him up and was like, hey, let's get it going on. What's going on? He was like, sure. So we started that. And next thing you know, I wanted to add something, and he let me add it, and we put some music to it. And next thing you know, we had the whole project done. It was like, well, why don't we just release it as an erotic audio experience? And so if you listen to the Encounters Project, it is stories and then music and story and music and
both.
Yes. And so it's a listening experience, to say the least, is what I'm going to say.
So basically you met somebody, you got creative with it, and then y'all handled the business.
Yes.
Made something.
Yes. And then it just evolved. The next one is house music. I'm a lover of house music. He loves house music, and house music allows for a lot of room to play, uplifted energy. It feels good.
Well, Miles, he's still into music.
All right, Miles.
Yeah, so he might be somebody you need to kick it with a little bit after the show.
House and bass music.
Okay, well, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you hear some stuff before you leave.
Okay.
All right.
I do have a question about being an anthropologist. Me and my friend, who are anthropologists.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now we can. Now we can.
When you put your mouth up to the microphone, I could.
Okay. So my friends as anthropologists, they always they even let me look at stuff because I look at it from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked you a question about being color-based or culturally based, my debate was always, with cultures, you have language that's universal to that culture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider Ebonics a form of language.
But it is.
I hear you, but it's only to a certain amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, hypothetically speaking, Swahili is not a real language. It's like a bastard language to Africa as English language is to us. However, they understand it. They frown upon it because it was created out of some BS. So when I look at African Americans, we don't have no particular food that we eat. We don't have a language.
collard greens.
We don't have a universal way for us for health to think. We are the most obese race there is in America. So evidently we have poor eating habits. Feel me? We have the inflammation, like we born with inflammation. It's crazy because our eating habits. Again, hip hop has more culture than black people have culture.
And where did hip hop get born from?
The Bronx.
What culture?
The Bronx.
What culture?
The groups of people was Latino and blacks.
Okay.
And Latinos are blacks.
But when I say culture, though, it has its own. Hip hop is based off of originally 4 things.
The stories, the experiences.
No.
What?
We got to
DJing, dancing, lyrics, and MCing.
Okay, and the lyrics come from the stories of people's experiences, lived experiences
now you're going
back
there.
in the day. I mean, I'm an anthropologist. I can't help but go there. That's where I live.
We got a caller.
It was our boy.
We got a caller.
We did.
No, they hung up now. That's a guy who be doing a prank call. He hung up. I'm glad he did. But so I'm just asking, like.
So something what we're not gonna ever do is beat up on African Americans and African American culture when we were actually stripped away from our culture and have been indoctrinated and not educated about who it is and what it is that we come from.
Totally agree.
So what we have been able to hold on to, things like you said, collard greens, right?
Mm-hmm.
With okra, right? Chitterlings. Now, no, don't go there. While the master and the family had the great part of the pig, the ham, and all those delicious, wonderful parts, we got the scraps, right? And what did we do with the scraps?
Created something.
We created something absolutely that helped sustain us. And for years, it was a part of our culture in our black houses. Christmas, but it was still a part of our culture. It was a part of the survival culture that we created as a result of being stripped away from the yams, the okra, the beans, the lentils, the fufu, the things that we would have made in our native land.
But the other thing, too, is we didn't have all this obesity and high blood pressure when it was our grandparents. My grandmother and them, her whole generation was fit and trim, and they was eating ham hocks and all this stuff.
Lard.
It's the food, the other things that people put into the processed food now that is making us bigger. It's not just the things that we have eaten off of
we didn't get all Americanized.
So here you have it, and you're right. But the thing was, I interjected wherever I say it's from slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
The slave mentality is based on the reason why we accept the food that we eat right now, because we always want to try to prove a point. Like, no matter what you throw at us, you know what I mean, we're gonna be all right, and that narrative has to change.
It does.
I get it, because I don't really eat chitterlings.
But now chitterlings are expensive and considered to be a delicacy. We can't even
that's because, again, the others said it would be a delicacy, and they made it. How in the hell chitlins cost $70?
Because we eat them. That's why.
Thank you. And they know we're going to buy it. Our pride won't even let us not buy them. I can afford them. I'll get the chitlins.
It's a whole bunch of people don't eat chitlins. A whole bunch of people be looking crazy. The young people, my kids, and all. Oh God, they be like, oh heck.
But my point to you is that when you go to other places, they don't sell it.
They don't.
They know.
Just like they don't sell fried chicken in the suburbs. You don't see no Popeyes chicken or nothing when you get past a certain. They don't sell that type of food out there.
They go. They didn't know what they don't do is advertise high in the air.
I used to live in Novi. They did not have no fried nothing. They had restaurants. They did not have they had like McDonald's and stuff like that, but they didn't have fried chicken places.
They got a Popeyes out there?
Where? Because I used to live out there and I ain't never seen
on Berg. It's trust me, Google it. I promise you it's one
on Berg.
Berg, in Novi, yes.
Berg and what?
I don't know, I can't think, but I know it's on Berg. Guarantee you.
I've never seen it.
But you name one suburb when it's 1,000 of them around us. I'm just trying
you got West Bloomfield that ain't one in West Bloomfield.
There's
and if it is, it's very limited. Whereas here we got a whole bunch of them.
Black people, white people. So I'm glad you said that. In school, speaking of anthropology, my friend who's anthropologist, she works at JFK Middle School.
Okay.
My daughter, her class was calling her a monkey and saying all you want to do is eat chicken and watermelon, right? So anybody know I'm the type of parent. Her mama wanted to go up there and go ham.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
But I did. That next week, I bought Kentucky Fried Chicken
and watermelon.
For the class
and watch the whole class eat
and watch all the white people eat that chicken and watermelon. Mm-hmm. And I had my daughter take pictures.
There you go.
So to show her that don't let people push their negative stuff on you.
That's right.
So
projecting.
And guess what? When I had to, I talked to the manager at Kentucky Fried Chicken on Masonic and 12 Mile, Masonic and whatever that street is, or around 12 Mile area. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Man, that's a good. I said, I got to go teach these children a lesson."
And they tore that chicken up.
And I told my daughter, white people love chicken. The only reason why Colonel Sanders became famous was because of white folks. Black folks couldn't even buy Kentucky Fried Chicken when Kentucky Fried Chicken became out. So that's what most people didn't even know. So I showed her, and then I said, "Look at the."
And didn't need to, because Grandma frying chicken.
I said, "Look how they."
And it's better.
Yeah, I said, "Look how they eating all that watermelon." She was taking pictures, and so when she went back to school this year, she posted all her favorite moments in school. And when I say they had a hissy fit, the band teacher was like, "Mr. Dixon, I like your style." So yeah, but my point was that white folks still eat more chicken than we do.
And also, I love the fact that you just educated some people who are going to see this today and later on. Think smarter.
Yes.
You know, we always want to jump to ignorance, and I'm going to go up there and I'm going to go off or whatever.
Oh, her mom was pissed.
Sometimes you just need to take a step back and think. You don't have to react right in that moment all the time. Sit back and think of the best way to do it, because you didn't only you taught your daughter a valuable lesson on how to think and how to outsmart her opponents to a certain degree. So therefore, when she moves forward in life, she's going to think about stuff and say, how would my daddy handle this?
Right.
Most definitely.
And that's a very important lesson.
So your events that you got coming up, they're back to back.
They are back to back. May 24th, again at the Matrix Theater, Vagina Monologuing, doors opening at 4 p.m. You can check out Eventbrite or follow me, honey. Follow me.
Spell erogenous.
Erogenous. EROGENOUS.
One more time.
ER.
Right.
Say it like that, girl.
Erogenous. ERO.
I don't know what this is, ladies and gentlemen.
ENOU.
Sound like a witch went there. Oh.
Yeah.
Erogenous, the movie.
Erogenous.
Viewing party.
Yeah, viewing party. I can't go to Eventbrite. And is there a phone number they can contact?
Yes. They can text 248-752-8596. It's text 248-752-8596. Or Project Wow World, www.projectwowworld.org, Project Wow World on Instagram. I am Diamond D313 on Instagram, and Diamond D in other spaces. Diamond D313.
And there's something else you got going on this week?
Yes, we're going to have another Her series. We'll be meeting on Michigan Avenue this Saturday at 1 p.m. Then
Vagina Monologuing.
Then we'll be Vagina Monologuing on the 24th, and then on the 31st we will be doing a movie premiere and a little music
Razzmatazz.
party, a little razzmatazz. Have some fun.
Have some fun.
Have some fun.
And so, with that being said, with our topic of the day, which is I don't go where I'm not invited, I'm going to wrap that little piece of it up and say, don't. If someone wants you to know where they are and you are truly invited, they will give you a time, a date, and a place. They will text you, they will call you, and they will let you know. And it's not your job to track anybody down, try to figure it out, none of that. Because if somebody wants you there, you're going to be there, and they're going to make sure you're there because you're important to them. So with that being said, don't go where you're not invited. If you're not invited, don't worry about it. Keep it moving because it's not that deep. We can live, love, laugh, and don't go places and still love people and still be cool with them. And we can live, love, laugh, and go places in the same. It doesn't matter. Give people grace. Let people be who they are. And do what you feel. If you don't want to go, don't go. If you want to go, go. And you may be invited, but uninvited, whatever. But do what you feel is the best situation for you. And for people who invite people who don't show up, give people grace because you don't ever know what they're going through.
Right.
You don't know what happened that day. You don't know what. And stop thinking that your life and the things that you have going on supersede other people's lives and the things that they have going on, because that's not true. You got to let people be people and give people the freedom and the grace to love them and let them be who they are and handle their life situations.
Yes, that's such a good piece right there. Not taking things personal.
Mm-hmm.
Give people grace. Give yourself grace. Yes, that helps things. Helps that stress be reduced so much in operating and moving on with your life.
Yes. And so with that being said, I just want to thank Tamika Davis for coming here and sharing with us about her WOW project. Her project that is healing women across the country, and also the Vagina Monologues, which is giving women a voice to express themselves creatively while healing at the same time. So thank you, Tamika, for coming on today and sharing with us different things about your profession of anthropology and just being a cool sister girl.
Thank you.
Coming in here with me and Miles Dixon here on the Rise and Grind show. And until next time, everybody, peace out, and remember, rise and grind.